Today's edition of WCS Women, Children and Society. This is a program that is specially designed to tackle issues concerning women and children because women make up about 49% of the Nigerian population and they have a lot to contribute to the growth and development of the nation and the world as a whole. So today on the program we'll be looking at child marriage again. What is child marriage? At what age should a woman be expected to be given out in marriage? What are the implications of child marriage on the girl child as well as the society? These and more are the issues we'll be looking at on today's program, WCS. We'll take a short break, but don't go away. We'll return back shortly to begin to look at the issues. So stay with us. Don't go away after this break. This is Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM Abuja. The program is WCS. And today on the program we'll be looking at child marriage. What is child marriage? At what age should a woman be expected to get married? What are the implications of child marriage on the girl child as well as the society? These are the issues we'll be looking at on the program. The United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF, defines child marriage as a formal marriage or union before 18 years of age. Marriage is for adults, not children, like voting and driving. Anyone going into marriage should be at least 18 years of age and the beginning of majority. But the parents who are giving the children out in marriage before this age. What are the implications of this? And so WCS had a chat with a medical doctor, Dr. Umba Onyechere, on the issue, and then he tried to make us understand or look at the implications, the health implications of girl-child marriage. Please take a listen.
Girl-child marriage is when a girl who has not attained adulthood is given away to marry somebody. And when they do, they may become pregnant. And we know that the pelvic area is not yet properly developed. So it comes with a lot of complications when they become pregnant. Complications may be usually obstruction. The child will get obstructed, and that may result in the rupture of the womb. And when the womb ruptures, that is, the womb breaks, it becomes an emergency. And when that happens, it may be to such extent that you have to remove that womb to save the life of the girl child. Your guess is as good as mine when somebody's womb is removed. That's the end of procreation. And I do not think that a man who has such a wife will be happy. That will lead to polygamy. The man will look for another woman. And we know that polygamy has its own problems: envy, hatred, jealousy, and it does not augur well for a family. So you can now see how a long disharmony has been created. Outside of the rupture of the womb, there is what we call VVF, vesico-vaginal fistula. That means that the urinary bladder is torn, and the skin of the body covering it is also torn, and the woman keeps dripping urine for life if it's not rectified. If you sit with her, all you'll be perceiving is the odor of urine. Look at what somebody has created for his daughter. It shows no love. It does not bring harmony in that family. It creates wastage because the little resources at their disposal, they will now use it to go and do repair of VVF, which I tell you is not small money. Even though there are NGOs that are trying to help out these people, but it is never enough because of the number of the girl children that have this problem. So I would discourage early marriage or marriage to a girl child.
Well said. Child marriage is dangerous to the health of the female child. The reproductive organs, just like the doctor just said, are not fully developed for pregnancy and childbirth. And contrary to arguments in some circles that once a girl starts menstruating, she's mature enough for marriage. According to statistics, girls under 15 years are 5 times more likely to die during childbirth than women in their 20s. And just like the doctor said, a lot of medical implications of having a girl child just getting married because of the maturity of the system of the child. So apart from the social implications, educational facility issues, and other things that comes with girl child marriage, the health implication is enormous, and is what should make us know that as a people we cannot put through our daughters through that, just like the doctor just said. Possible reasons, it's obvious that natural justice condemns child marriage almost the same way it condemns child soldiers. So the question is, what justified the parents that forced their little girls between the ages of 13 and 17 into marriage? The two major causes for this are poverty and religion, and that's what a lot of people say, because researchers have said that for many poor families, marrying their daughters off at early age essentially is a strategy for economic survival. It means one less person to feed, clothe, and educate. And so in most local settlements, the importance of financial transactions at the time of marriage also tends to push families to marry their daughters early. For example, parents fix a high bride price for a daughter who is married near puberty. Okay, but in poverty, is poverty justified enough, or is it a justified excuse to send one's daughter into a lifetime contract against her wish? I guess the answer is no. So you can begin to call me. The number is 081-8999-1011. Let's talk about this. Let's share ideas. We just heard from the doctor about the health implication of early marriage for the girl child, and which sometimes even leads to death. So it's what we want to condemn. We need to have our children married out when they're matured enough. At least the consent age in Nigeria and globally is 18 years. So we expect that even at that time they're not still very matured yet, but then at least 18 years is the concept age globally. So by the time we give out our daughters out within the ages of 9, 13 to 17, it's what we're talking about. It has serious implications, social, economic, and medical implications. But you can call me. Let's talk about it. What should we do as a family? What should we do as a nation, as a people, as a community to ensure that our girl child are not married out too early than they should be, so that they'll be able to have the right education and then be able to achieve the full potentials that is needed for them to live a healthy and normal life. So you can call me. The number is 081-8999-1011. What should we do as families, as government, as individuals to ensure that we allow our girl child have the right education and we don't put them through the complications of getting married at too early a stage that they might end up with a lot of complications? All right, a lot of people said it's poverty, some said it's religion, but the answer is, should we, as a result or because of poverty, push our daughters to a situation where by the end of the day they will not have good life? So call me, let's talk about it. What should we do as a people, as a nation, as a community to discourage child marriage? Just like we said, if you're not 18 years, you shouldn't drive. If you're not 18 years, you cannot, just like we discourage child soldier and, all those, we also discourage child marriage because of the implications. The foremost risk the first birth carry is a prolonged and obstructed labor, just like the doctor just said, which can result to obstetric fistula in the settings where access to care is limited. The first births usually carry elevated risk of malaria and infant mortality. The girls who give birth during adolescence require special attention, and we all know that our health facilities are already being stretched. We don't even have the right facilities yet, so we cannot put our daughters through complicated pregnancies and childbirth. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you clearly.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Stanley calling from Korea.
Okay, Stanley, go ahead, please.
Right. Irrespective of the topic of the day, there is something that I really want to, keep over the topic.
Okay.
There are some families that will just decide on their children even when they are not even up to the age or even.
Okay, Stanley, your line seemed to be breaking. I didn't get that first part.
Hello, can you hear me well?
Okay, I can hear you. Can you repeat that again? Okay, Stanley was trying to say something, but I couldn't hear very well. I guess the network is not very good. But you can call me back, okay, so that we'll talk about this. The number is 081-8999-1011. We're looking at child marriage, and we are looking at the health implications of child marriage, because you put a child to marriage and the tendencies that child will get pregnant, and then complications may begin to come in. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
I'm calling from Gwarimpa.
Okay, go ahead, please.
So regarding this issue, I feel we need to create laws that will punish those who conceive below the age of 18. Most laws globally regarding women getting married at the age of 18 below 18 do not really have punishable penalties or penalties against those who impregnate and those who conceive. So, World Health Organization, all these international organizations need to work with the local communities to create incentives to curb this issue of women conceiving below the age of 18. Because by saying women cannot marry at the age of below the age of 18, meaning they can also conceive below the age of 18. So they need to create laws that will deter people from conceiving or etc. If you get what I mean.
Yes.
So that's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and that's a beautiful contribution too. All right. Okay. So you can keep the calls coming to 8189991011. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you today?
That's good. Yeah, I'm doing fine. My name is Anthony Beatrice Mamani.
Okay, thank you, Anthony.
Yeah, I want to contribute on this issue about the girls' earlier marriage.
Okay, I'm glad you're doing that.
Yeah, if the government will support women in the political side, political appointment.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Very
yeah,
well.
then it's going to help when the girls see women too much in that place, and they are doing so good, they are doing so well, they are helping their parents. Then I believe them to now pick up and say, I'll go to school too, because I saw so person doing this, I saw a daughter doing this, so me too, I will go to school and I will become like them.
Yeah.
So if women will now please and see women as one of the indigenous of the citizen, and then give them appointment, which people will now see them as human being.
Yes.
So it's going to help.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
my contribution.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. So you can keep the calls coming 081-8999-1011. What should we do as a people, as a nation, to end child marriage? Hello.
Yeah, this is Kevin calling back.
Okay, Calvin, go ahead, please. Where are you calling from?
Calling from Cuba.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Okay, Kevin, I don't know what's wrong with is it your phone or my phone, but you can keep trying. It's 081-8999-1011. I really want to hear your contribution. We're looking at issues concerning the girl child, and we're particularly talking about child marriage, and we're looking at the health implications. The other implications about child marriage, for instance, the child is pulled out of school, the child cannot achieve her full potentials. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
My name is Aklo. I talk from Wonderland State, Abuja.
Okay, go ahead, please.
My name is, I just call you to greet you and family.
Okay. Hello. Okay, I didn't hear that very well. Okay, but if you're calling to greet us, okay, we accept your greetings. But the program is WCS, Women, Children and Society, and we're looking at child marriage, the implications of child marriage, and we're trying to say that we need to discourage child marriage. We need to allow our daughters get that maturity before they can get married because of the health implication. The girl child is supposed to be in school, and by the time you pull the child out of school before the age of 18 and then you marry the girl out, we're saying that this may not be very well for the girl child. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I can barely hear you. Can you speak up, please?
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, but I can't hear you very well though.
Okay. Okay. So,
Okay. Hello?
hello.
Yes, you need to speak up because I can't hear you very well. Okay, if you're calling, you need to speak up, okay, so that I can hear you well, and ensure that you turn down the volume of your radio before you call. When a girl child is married off at a tender age, she loses that opportunity of education. All right, our education is very key. Hello.
No.
You need to turn down the volume of your radio.
I'm not hearing you.
Can you turn down the volume of your radio?
Yeah.
I had to call that call because I can hear you. Before you call me, you ensure that you turn down the volume of your radio or you move away from your radio. You cannot be talking to me and be hearing yourself on the radio also. So you need to finish talking to me before you turn on the radio again. If not, we cannot hear ourselves. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Dean calling from Apple.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, I just want to contribute on the program going on.
Okay.
Like for the society, early marriage, we should just think of the defect in society. Like the doctor have explained about the health risk.
Yes.
Let's also talk about the physical defect in the society, because eventually when those young ladies eventually survive it to give birth to children, what are the implications on those children? What are they going to send those children with? What are their knowledge? What is their experience that they are going to grow up the children with? If those children have lacked something there, and what will they grow up with? Nothing. That is why we are having some kind of difficulties in our society, which is leading to hazard in the sense you have bad people around the society, because they don't have that moral training. So I think early marriage or child marriage is not really encouraging. It's something that can be discouraging. Sorry, should start from the parents, should discipline the parents, and the government and the society should also go hand together to
Okay.
kind of.
All right. All right. Thank you very much for that contribution. We really need those kind of mentality, because we know that our girl child will do better in life. They will even be better wives when they're educated. When a girl child is married off at a tender age, like as I was saying, she loses the opportunity of education. At risk with the loss of this opportunity is the opportunity for her full potentials to blossom. You know, God has deposited special gifts and talent in every one of us. But without the right environment and development, these potentials will not be manifested. Nigeria would not probably have the likes of Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and a lot of Nigerian great women that are doing very well in the country and even outside the country if their parents just married them off at the age of 13 and 12, and then they start having children and then they lose the opportunity of education. They would not be what they are today. So education is very key, and if you put your child out of education, you're subjecting that child to poverty by the end of the day, which we don't want. All right. So globally, adolescent mothers tend to be poorer, you know, less educated and less adequately nourished than other mothers. All right. So the issue of poverty also comes up when you give out your child in marriage without education and training. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. You need to turn down the volume of your radio or you move away from it.
Hello.
Hello.
You are hearing me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead. What's your name?
My name is Sunday.
Okay, Sunday. Where are you calling from?
I'm from Bombay.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah. And I'm already crossed my.
Okay. So, like I was saying, globally, adolescent mothers tend to be poorer, less educated, and less adequately nourished and prepared to for motherhood. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Fine. This is Kevin calling back again.
Okay. Go
See,
ahead.
this issue has to do with, individual differences, self-confidence. Sometimes we see a girl that mistakenly got pregnant out of one or two things, another. Let me just put it that way. And alongside,
Hello, Kevin. Are you still there? Okay, I can hear you no more. So you can call back. All right. I don't know. There's something wrong with your network. I don't know, or mine. But you can call me back. All right. Hello. Hello, please could you turn down the volume of your radio? You need to turn down the volume of your radio, or you move away from your radio before you call me so that we can hear each other properly. All right? If not, we'll not communicate very well. And there's also increased rate of domestic violence because of the big gap between the girls and their husbands. There's this gap, and so because of that, they're subjected to all kinds of domestic violence, having physical, psychological, and even fatal outcomes a lot of times because the girls are not matured enough. They don't have the right experiences to deal with marriage, because marriage is a whole bunch of an issue itself. So you need the girl child to be allowed to go to school, develop her potentials, her capabilities, her skills, and then have the right experiences in life to be able to deal with it, because marriage comes with hello, okay, with its own demands. So but by the time you subject a child to marriage and then you allow the child to pass through all that, it may not end up very well. And there's this gap between the young girls and their husbands, and so the lack of understanding is one of the things that could subject them to violence, domestic violence, especially because a lot of times you see the girls behaving like children that they are, and the men sometimes may not have the patience and the tolerance to cope with that. So even though marriage is a family affair, especially in Africa and South Asia, it is still a personal matter. The person going into marriage must therefore give her consent voluntarily. Okay, she must be of age, of maturity to determine what she wants. These children are forced into child marriages and they're denied their freedom of choice and association. Their childhood is stolen and they're thrust into an institution they do not understand very well and entrusted with responsibilities that they are ill-equipped to handle. All right? The child is not prepared to handle the responsibility of marriage. A child is not prepared to have the responsibility of motherhood. And so what do you expect from that kind of marriage? Okay? First, you have pulled the child from going to school. She's out of school. She probably may not even develop all the skills. And then she's just left in the house. And then apart from the health implications, poverty will be knocking on her door. I think every man, every family, every mother would want her child, her daughter, to do well like others do. So I think a time has come for us to think that because of poverty or religion, we should give our children in marriage. It doesn't matter. The immediate dowry or the immediate monies that you collect from your in-laws will not take you far in anywhere. But if you allow your child to have the opportunity to develop herself and go to school and, become someone else tomorrow, I mean, that is end of poverty for you and for her. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. What's your name?
Good afternoon. My name is Beatrice. I'm calling from Abuja.
Okay, Beatrice, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Very well.
Okay, yeah, the issue of this marriage is for the for system here is not available, and because I got involved of this marriage, the annual marriage, and now I'm seeing the consequences of that.
Okay. What are the consequences? Can you share with us so that others can learn from it?
Yeah, I married my wife. She didn't go to school, and I have a challenge with her because if she.
Okay. That's it. Okay, but you can keep the calls coming. Okay. I don't know what happened, but I can hear you anymore. 081 But let's take a short break, and we'll return to continue with the discussions. Then go away.
You know what it's like.
Educated women, their children they are doing good, their children they are performing in the school, and while my own they are not performing like them.
Okay.
So and I myself doesn't have time to I am in Abuja now. I brought her to Abuja, but she said she can't stay in Abuja, so she needs to go back to the village. And I cannot stay with the children here because there's nobody with me. So I have the challenge because if that she's educated, she can behave like that. Yeah, so that's the challenge I'm having now with her now.
Okay, because one of the, if she's educated, she'll be putting the children through their school books and all that, checking them to ensure that they're doing good.
Definitely, yes, but she can't do that. And even if I ask her to go to the school and confirm how the children are doing, she can't go. Even when I send the school fees for children, should not just give the children the school to take it to the school.
How old is she?
So,
how old is she now?
Yeah, she's something 32 now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I wanted her to go back to school. She refused. I opened a business for her. She refused.
That's what I wanted to say, that school is never too late for anyone. There are adult educations everywhere that she can get education at any time.
Yeah, I tried that. I tried that. We have problem with me and her parents. They are telling me that the time that I marry her, I didn't know that she's not educated. I said I know, but I have the opportunity to put her now, and I believe she will learn.
Yes.
But up to now, she's just changing like that. And my children are not doing well because all my children are in the private school.
In the village.
So I wanted them to grow up with the education background, but the problem now is the mother.
Okay, but for your children, if they were in Abuja with you, you can look for an extra lesson teacher who would be putting them through.
Yes, but she refused to stay in Abuja.
Yeah,
that's what happened now. So what I'm thinking now is that maybe I will now go and bring them maybe I'll bring two of them and come and stay with me, and I'll put them in a better school here. That's what I'm thinking now. Then I will now find somebody that will be taking care of them.
Okay, but since she's your wife, I'm sure she will respect you enough. She will respect your belief enough. And if you talk to her nicely and kindly, and you appeal to her sense of reasoning, I'm sure she'll be able to relocate to Abuja because of the children. Because the future of the children is what matters most now. So you need to put them in good schools, and then get an extra lesson teacher who would put them through so that they can come up in the standard of their education.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah, but my brother, nothing is too late yet, okay? Your wife and then your children will still do very well.
What I'm saying now, I have only one daughter, and I trust that girl very well, and I will do anything to know that girl has finished her education level. I will do anything for her. Because the girl is very brilliant.
Yes. Thank you. You're the best. Let her have... Yes, I can hear you.
So I am advising the parent to just don't look at it that this is a woman. No, a woman can be better than the man when she gets education.
Yes.
So please, I'm begging parents, please, to make sure to put their children, their girls, children in the school to the level of university or even masters.
Yes.
It's not bad.
Yes, it's not bad.
That marriage is not everything in the world. But when you get education, you get everything.
Yes,
anywhere you can go.
Yes, they get everything.
So
even the marriage.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Beatrice. Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, thank you. I wish you the best in life. Okay.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Have a nice day.
You too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have listened to Beatrice there. If a woman does not have a good level of education, it has a ripple effect on the society, on her immediate family, and even her children. But nothing is too late. Anybody can get education at any time. She also can still get education. It's a matter of interest. But like he said, it's better. You send your girl child to school so that she can be a better wife, she can be a better mother, she can be a better person, she can be a better leader in the society. Okay? Try as much as possible to give equal opportunity to all your children. Don't look at some as better than the others. It is about how much you develop your child. If the child is a girl or the child is a boy, it is the development and the exposure and the good things that you expose them to that matters. It's not really the sex of the child. All right? The girl child is good just like the boy child is good. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Emmanuel.
Okay, Emmanuel, where are you calling from?
Yeah, it's a very good program you are doing this afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
But how can the program go to rural area? Because all these things you are talking about is rural area. But like my place now, if a guy just go and told the girl, whether they get accept or they are accept, before you know,
Yes.
don't get pregnant. Before you know, pack your fire baby. Without even any arrangement, without anything, Gary. So, honestly speaking, and the same my thing, when they get a female, or when you get back to a female, they say they cannot sponsor a female. They benefit to another person home. That is mentality people are speaking. Because if I like me now, I'm out, I'm not in the village. I know the value of woman. I know the performance of woman. But the rural area, nothing concerning. As far as others are growing up, before you know, they don't marry. Experience of having somebody that you understand.
Yes.
For them to think, maybe my daughter will marry a senator, or one day will be a governor wife or president wife. No matter how it is, when you be in that position, you must marry somebody. And you don't know where you are going to marry. It's God that joins anybody in life action.
Yes.
So this is a very good program, but how can the program reach rural area, educate them, and make them get sense on that?
Yes.
May
Okay.
the Lord help us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, and that's why as the program is going on, stakeholders are listening. Government agencies responsible for the issues we're talking about, they're also listening. And also even us, it is time for us to go back to our various places, villages, rural areas where we come from, to educate the people and to say, look, it's not about sending your little daughter into marriage. If you allow your daughter to have the right opportunities of education, your daughter will be better for it. So even us as individuals who have that responsibility to educate our people on the importance, because some of them may not be as enlightened and exposed as we are. So we now have the duty to go back home and tell them, look, this is the best way to go. And government agencies, we have agencies that are responsible for some of these things. So we're now calling on them to take the campaign on the education of girl child, on advocacy against girl child marriage into the remote areas, into the villages, the rural areas, because this is where it happens. All right, we should end this thing about just sitting down in the city centers like Abuja and other state capitals and do conferences about child marriage. We should take the campaign right to where it's happening, and it's in the rural areas where people are poor and vulnerable. That's where we should take this campaign to. All right. Okay. But in conclusion, the battle now is for the minds of men and women who are, for one reason or the other, still believe that the child marriage is right. Unfortunately, these views cannot be ignored or waved aside. Okay, but they must be understood and rebutted by the overwhelming case for the healthy, happy, and prosperous future of girls and the nation that suffers the loss of the talents and skills. Okay, government needs to convince traditional rulers, political and religious leaders, especially in the north and in other parts of the country. Once the key thing is the religious leaders and traditional leaders key into this, it will be easier to get the ordinary person to embrace the new paradigm. But so long as some of them still marry underage girls, our leaders also marry underage girls. And so no matter no amount of advocacy will change the situation. Action, they say, speaks louder than words. So we encourage our leaders to partner with our people. Let's partner with our religious leaders, traditional leaders, families, community leaders, and discourage child marriage. Let's ensure that every child, no matter how poor that child is given the opportunity to go to school and acquire the right education. And when this is done, the society will be better for that. We also need to make education free and compulsory to the secondary school level, because whether we like it or not, some of the reasons why people say they give out their daughters to marry into marriage early is poverty. A lot of families still cannot afford to send their children to school, especially in the villages, in the rural areas. So, but if we as a nation come up and ensure that education is free and compulsory to the secondary school level, we'll have more girls going to schools. which by the end of the day will be better for us. And one of the excuses of parents for giving their underage children out in marriage is that they do not have money to send them to school. In fact, poverty is one of the drivers of child marriage. So let's ensure that we are rich enough as a country to provide free education, especially to those who cannot afford them. So that is what we should do. And we need to discourage child marriage, because by the end of the day, you need your child to be alive, because sometimes it even results to death. The health implications can be so bad that it can even lead to death of these girls. So that's why we cannot continue like this as a family, as societies, as a community, as a nation. We need to end child marriage. Government needs to ensure that every child goes to school, whether the child is a boy or a girl. We need to carry our advocacy to the grassroots to ensure that people who are poor and vulnerable, who do not understand the implications of giving their daughters out in marriages at a tender age, knows the implications. Once they are educated on this, I'm very sure that a lot of them will stop doing that. And on that note, I say thank you very much for listening to me. My name is Oikeke Igado Kure. The program returns on Monday next.